Listeners be advised. The Soliloquy podcast discuss matters related to the human experience and many that are sexual in nature. Due to this, some conversations may surround triggering topics such as sexual violence, self-harm, abuse, and much more. Please be advised, a list of crisis and psychological resources will be available in the show notes of this episode. With that said, let's get started with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please as we go through the following safety instructions.
In the event that there is a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen mask will drop from the overhead. Place the mask over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally as oxygen is flowing even if the mask is not in. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Soliloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. This is your favorite host, Vernon T. Scott, also known as Slaytor Jackson, and for you freaky motherfuckers out there, Sebastian Adams. On this episode, once again, blessed by a phenomenal woman by the name of Candace, as we discuss race issues in dating. How are you doing today, beautiful?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So, I know this is your second time on the podcast, and I love people to like have that flavor so that it can stay on their tongue about who the fuck you are. So, do you mind reminding them exactly what you're about, who you are, all the great things about you?
Well, my name is Candace, as you know, aka freaking auntie to some, auntie to others. But I'm just a black trans woman out here trying to get my respect one, as I say, one nigga at a time.
I'm done. I fucks with it.
My friend always tells me you should put that on the shirt. All I say is certain things. She's like, you need to put that on the shirt. I say I need to put that on the shirt for real.
You really do. I will wear that. Getting my respect one nigga at a time.
Yeah.
People be like, that is so inappropriate. Like, bitch, so is your face. The fuck.
But I think it would have catch on. They're like, oh, I like that. Where'd you get that from?
Right.
Because people like inappropriate things now.
Oh my God. I've seen so many people see me wearing my pronoun shirt. It says my pronouns are he, him, ho. And they're just like, oh my God, I love that. I want one of those. I'm like, maybe if I put it back on the website, you can get it. But yeah. I love inappropriate shit so much. I do too. So I'm here for it.
Yeah. Me too.
So, today we will be discussing race issues in dating, but it's not what y'all think is going to be, because the way that this conversation happened in our intake meeting, it took me a different way too, and I loved the difference in how it looked. So it's a little bit of spice of black fetishization, but also not. But you'll get it once we get into the nitty-gritty of this damn conversation, okay, people? So first off, one of the things that we were talking about was your experience with being fetishized. What has that been like for yourself? Was there a racial component that was attached to that? I know we talked a little bit, like glossed over it on the last episode, but we don't have to really go deep into that scenario. But just in general, what has your personal experience been like being fetishized by other people?
I've been fetishized my whole life. And see, I was slim, but now I'm kind of thick. So, like thick is in now. So I'm fetishized every day. So I mean, I've come to the point where I've accepted it. But that's why I say I'm getting my respect. Even though you fetishize me, you real respect me.
Let's not
get it twisted. You will respect me.
See, I like that take. I know from my experience of people fetishizing me, either it be for my weight or just the people with, oh, I need me a fat ass, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, calm down. All asses matter. Like, the thing is, the ones who be like, oh yeah, I need a fat ass, but still can't handle a fat ass. And then the ones who just like, are you able to deliver? Are you able to engage in
No,
a sexual experience with somebody,
no,
regardless?
no, no, and no, and no.
Like I've had somebody reach out to me talking about, oh, I want to hook up with you. Let me see your news or whatever. And I usually don't send news, but this day I was like, might as well. I was like, oh, that's too much for me to handle. Like, then why are you here? Like,
You know what? You know what they did right.
what?
They got your news to jack off to.
Oh, true, true.
That's all they wanted your news for.
And this is why I don't be sending them. Mm,
See,
like, why,
you gave
why?
somebody a wet dream. You done gave somebody a wet dream.
They could. I hope it turns into a nightmare.
See,
So, have you been fetishized just for the sake of just existing and being trans as well?
all the time. Like a lot of times when I'm out, people don't know. They just think I'm just a tall woman, but some people do.
Hmm.
I'm getting like random notifications, so
Are you
excuse that.
good?
But yeah, but then some people do. It's like some people like it's like you're a leprechaun. So when they see you out in public, it's just like, oh my god, it's some in Augusta, and they look like that. Oh my gosh, and they look like women, and they have breasts, and so that just like throws them like for a loop. I'm like, calm down. I'm a real person. You can talk to me. I talk back.
I'm
I
fine as
fuck back.
fuck.
I fuck back too.
I'm deceased. Let them know.
And but they just like you just like Michael Jackson or something. Like you like, oh my god, like you're real for real. Or like if they see you online and they think you a catfish, and then like they I was like, well, you couldn't have thought I was a catfish if you came to the house or you was gonna come. You couldn't have thought that.
Thank you. You know,
And then
my
we open the door. Oh my God, it's you for real. Who you thought it was gonna be? We was corresponding. I send you pictures. You send me pictures. I say, come to this address. You can verify everything. And you come and who you thought you were gonna see? Janet Jackson, maybe?
like I be getting so damn confused with people online. Like I know I'm like not the most attractive person, but
Yes, you
and
are.
oh
You
thank you.
fine as fuck.
Oh girl,
You
thank
fine.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Like when people like I feel great when people do make this comment, but I also like what? Well, like when people see me in person, they're like, "You look so much better in person." I'm like, "What did you think I look like on the like these pictures? Like the pictures I have kind of have a little bit of a filter on it, but
Oh,
oh, well, thank you. I'm glad I look better than the filter person, but
I get that all the time. They say you look, but I say I thought my pictures be killing it. My pictures be killing it. I know, but say, I look,
look.
how, I guess because in person I don't wear like makeup and like
Mhm.
I'm just like I look like a school teacher or the Sunday school somebody. So and I have people that fantasize about the whole like the auntie thing. There's a young guy who won't leave me alone. He fantasized. Said, I just love that auntie like that play auntie stuff. It just turns me on. Something about that just turns me on.
Oh, now
I,
he living through a role play fantasy and trying to like act that out with you.
but a lot of young guys like older women.
Hmm.
A lot. I don't even really deal with a lot of older guys because the younger guys taking up all the space.
Well, the older guys be on some shit anyway, so
Ah.
ugh, yeah.
That's another.
That's a,
That's a third episode.
look,
That's number three.
even the ones that are like in my age group, like so the person that I'm talking to and getting to know, they're 25 and it's great. I love the conversation, I love the communication, even though they don't like speak as often as I might want them to, but it's still great. But when it's somebody that's like my age, 30s, within this 30 range, I'm just like, why can you not communicate? Like, I know that we all live different lives and we all have different experiences. We all have different educational backgrounds. We are all different, but fam, at least you've been on this planet for 30 years. You've probably been able to talk at least 25 of those motherfuckers. Why can't we not have an actual conversation about shit? Why are you so stuck on
So
news
what?
and all this other
He
stuff?
don't say at all, or he just like, yeah, no, yeah, like that.
Who, the person I'm talking to? Or just the general
Uh,
motherfuckers out here?
I guess both.
Well, the person that I'm talking to can respond to multiple messages and actually add value to the conversation, which is
Oh,
great. We can bounce off things.
okay.
Um, these other general people, it's more so like news, pics, why you asking so many questions? Like there was somebody who got upset with me. Like I messaged them on one of the, I think, yeah, it was Grinder, and this person's like 32, and they said that they were passing through, which means okay, they're probably not even in Augusta anymore. So cool. And they asked me what I was doing. I was like, I'm just chilling at home watching anime before I go to bed. So none of this seems like there's any type of way that we'll be meeting up because there's no guarantee you're still here in Augusta. I already said that I'm probably going to end up going to sleep within the next hour or so. So I'm just having genuine conversation. He's talking about how he's a lawyer and all this other stuff. And I tell him what I do and everything I think. He thought I was uneducated for a little while based off of how he was talking till I had to let him know, fam, I like, yeah, you're a lawyer, but look, motherfuckers out here have education besides you too. So we're not going that
Was he
route.
black or white?
Black. Um,
Uh,
so we got to a point because I was curious because I am fascinated by how we're moving with AI, artificial intelligence, and copyright issues. So I was like, what is your stance on copyright and artificial intelligence? Like, is can people sue for stuff like that? Is this legal for people to do things like that? And he's like, why are you talking about AI?
you know, he,
Huh?
he didn't know nothing about it. I
He
said he
did
didn't know nothing about it.
not one bit. Like he got upset. He was like, you just need to get to the point." I was like, "What point are you asking me to get to?" Because one, at the beginning of this conversation,
I'm asking you. I want a response. Like the fuck.
right? He was like, "This is not how you have conversation." I was like, "How is this not having conversation?" Talking about everything seems forced. How is this forced? I'm actually wanting to know the answer to this question.
And he was trying to psych you out because he realized that you wasn't as slow as like as he thought you was. So he trying to psych you out, trying to make him see himself seem so smarter than you when he threw out the lawyer thing. I think because they come with experience from other people, they think they're gonna deal with you like they dealt with somebody else. So they dealt with somebody else who was probably not on their level. So they assumed you wasn't on their level as well, but you caught him. So he tried to reverse it back.
Like I was like,
Stupid mother.
like, what do you mean get to the point? By the beginning of this conversation, I thought we were both on the same page that fucking was not on the table. Like, no, was that not? You say you passing through, you're not visiting, you don't live here. You said passing through. Fam, we've been having conversations for 30 minutes. You're not in Augusta no more. So
Yeah.
were you going to turn around to have sex? Like,
Some will. Some will.
oh, you're
Some will.
right. You're right. Some will. But I'm just like, get to the damn point. Now I was just like, okay, well, you go back to your day. What you
Yeah.
doing? Like you may be cute and everything, but at the end of the day, I don't care how fine you are, you gonna come with respect.
The Holiloquy podcast focuses on the variability of sexual expression. When it comes to sexual expression, we often depend on pornography to illustrate how one must perform sexually. For those who have not learned this by now, the stuff you see in porn is not real. Pornography provides a singular perspective of sexual expression that is not often the reality we see during our own sexual encounters. The Soliloquy podcast is a conversation that takes you outside of the compressed box of what many know about sex. Some of the topics we discuss includes kinks, condom usage, status disclosure, and past sexual experiences. The Soliloquy podcast steps out on sexual norms and recognizes that the norm is not the only normal. Subscribe today and join the conversation.
What you doing? Like you may be cute and everything, but at the end of the day, I don't care how fine you are, you gonna come with respect.
Yes, right. Getting my respect one nigga at a time.
That part. Another thing that we were talking about is passing versus not passing and how that impacts your interactions with other people. So what has that been like for you, as well as some of the people that you know in your immediate circle who may have gone through their phase of passing and not passing?
Well, I don't really have a huge circle, but the circle I grew up with, we look alike, so we have the same we have the same story, but she was more out there. I won't say more out there, more social than I was, because she was a band and stuff like that. So she was a flamboyant. She was a what you call it, a baton twirler in the band. So she was flamboyant and all of that. So, but now she don't want. She swears she don't want nobody to know that was her. That used to be her, and this and this and that. So when they recognize her, she'll argue them down for 30 minutes, but that ain't her. I'm like, why would you even do that, girl? Just tell them, hey, yeah, that was me. Because all they're gonna do is like, hey, you look good, and blah blah blah, and going on about their business. You arguing with these people. I know that's you. Yeah, that's you. They got it. And they going back and forth for hours. Girl, I just tell them, yeah, thank you. Yeah, going on about their business. She wants people to, she don't want people to know that used to be her. Like, why not? That's your story. You live that. Why not?
I like that perspective. In a sense, embrace all sides of you and not be ashamed of that person that you were prior to transition. And
what I think it is, she was dating a guy. He was what they call him, an Oreo. And so he didn't approve of like a lot of her blackness. And she's the darkest person. She's dark skinned. So he didn't approve a lot of the blackness about her. So pretty much I used to tell her, well, I do still tell her that he hates everything. He hated everything about you. But you still trying to appease him and trying to fit this mold. You never going to fit that mold. He wants a white woman. She knows he wants a white woman. She knows that for a fact. And she still trying to fit. Oh dear. Girl. That's not gonna get you nowhere.
Nah, he done turned her into I Love Lucy.
Yeah, they gonna hit you even harder. You got to go. Yo, what's up? You don't come with that no.
What we not gonna fucking do today?
Yes,
what we not?
Yes.
Look, bring him back to his roots for a quick second.
Yes.
Like, you want your white woman? Go get your ass a white woman.
Yes. And they get to fight. Then she had to come out and be a nigga again. Like, it didn't make no sense. But it's crazy.
Wow.
I don't know what I know why she was with him, but like he was playing on her psyche. Like he said he was gonna bring her back down because she thought so highly of herself. Why would you let somebody tell you that?
Who is this man?
Why would you let somebody tell you that? A stupid ass motherfucker.
She's still with this man?
She say she not. She say she not, but I think she is.
She needs she needs, you know, I'm against violence towards other people, but sometimes a person needs to just show some sense into a motherfucker so they understand, like, you don't need this motherfucker.
But
You are too great. You are too great.
that's the thing about it. He will put his hands on her.
Oh,
He'll fuss. He fuss all the time. He come in the door fussing. We say, I ain't been with you all day, and you come in the door fussing? What's wrong with
oh
you?
no. He needs therapy and somebody to beat that ass. Look, there's healing
Yes,
takes
but he's
different
in the military.
forms. He's
Yeah,
in the
he's in the
military too.
military.
Jesus, that means he's protected.
Yeah.
We'll
And I
find
told
something
her,
out.
you can. I told her you can make him lose everything because he's not even supposed to be doing none of that. He's doing to you.
Mm-mm.
But she don't want to do nothing about it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stop getting involved.
Like there's an entire department in the military that she can go to. Like if she ever
She
needs
also,
to know, tell her to reach out to me. I got her with all the tea on how she can get herself out of that situation with that
she
man.
ain't gonna use, she ain't gonna use it. She's not gonna use it because he just had like a mental breakdown or something. So she had to go to Alaska where he is and say it got so bad this time she had to call his commander. It got that bad.
So, this is for anybody out here. This, hopefully, if she hears this, she takes this message up. If your partner is abusing you and they have a mental breakdown, leave that motherfucker. Let them have that mental breakdown for themselves. Let them. And I know this is a horrible thing that I'm saying, but that is their problem that they need to deal with. It is not your mental breakdown. It is their mental breakdown. So let them break the fuck down,
Yeah.
and hopefully they can build themselves up because this motherfucker already hit you multiple times. This motherfucker probably already threatened you multiple times. This motherfucker ain't for you. Let him go. Let him do whatever the hell that he
Cheated on
needs
you
to do.
several cheated on you multiple times with your friends, your associates, people in the same circles of you, just doing all kind of stuff. It's like he done did everything a person not supposed to do to you. What more do you need? What more do
Mm-mm.
you want?
I get it's a struggle out here, but some of these things you just gotta let go. It's a hard battle that you gotta
What
fight, but look, that's a not
what
everybody your charge.
what Betty Wright say it's better to have a piece of man than no man at all. I take the no man.
That part. Cause Jesus.
It's a lot.
The violence in me is just like, choke this motherfucker while he's sleeping, and then run.
I, I've had to step in and check him. Like, then of course he was like, "What are you talking about? She's lying. How's she gonna lie? Why would she lie about all of this?
Coward. Oh, child.
Oh, got your pressure all up over there.
Look, before I end up going to jail on the podcast. So, another thing, this is related to passing and not passing. I was told that, and also this is some of the themes that was very prevalent in the show Pose too, that passing was a method of survival as well. That whenever a person doesn't look apart, then they automatically know what's going to be out to get them. If you are someone who is in the process of transitioning, or if you are somebody who's getting to learn yourself, at least back then, that the more that you look as the gender that you feel for yourself, the closer you look like that, the more safe that you become. What is your thought on
I
that?
can hardly hear you. I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
Is it me?
Can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Hmm. It might be
Uh,
on my end.
Okay, it came up. It came back up. It came back
Okay,
up.
cool. So, what is your take on having to pass in order to survive?
Once I'm just put this out there first. Everyone should tell everyone who they are really. Like don't try to hide. Like, oh no, let a man know up front because you don't want to lose your life because
Mm,
you don't because the craziness it's getting
mm.
crazier and crazier. But be honest, be open and honest. I'm a chick with a dick. Let them know like that.
I get that. I'm a firm believer of just being upfront and honest. And if somebody chooses to continue, then that's okay. Like I don't believe in having to hide a part of myself in order for somebody just to experience part of who I am. I'd rather them know up front, this is me, motherfucker.
And I'm saying that I'm not saying have a sign on your head, but when it's time to get physical, let's get physical. Let them know right up front, like this how it is. I'm trans, right? That's how I normally say it. Like, hey, before we take it, you come over here. I'm trans, right?
Hmm.
Like, oh, a lot of times they're cool with it anyway. A lot of times they know they just want you to say it. So just let people know. I'm just saying stuff like that. But to answer the question, yes, I feel, of course, because like I was telling you earlier, like a lot of people don't know that. Oh my God, it's really like trans women now, because a lot of people identify as trans who kind of like still have beards but just wear nails and like bald heads, but so they feel like trans women are that.
No, you just described Sasha Santana, Lord. That's the first thing that came to mind.
And see, and that may be it. That may be it. And see, they see that on TV and think that's a trans woman. So they think, cause I get a lot. Me and my friend was talking about this too. Like, you'll be talking to somebody and like, hey, I'm trans. They're like, but you got titties. What am I supposed to have? A dick sitting right here or something? What's supposed to be up here?
Oh my God. That's the thing. I need a lot more people to understand too. Trans identity is very is there's a wide range, and there's
Yeah.
also a difference between masculine presenting women as well as feminine presenting men. Not all feminine presenting men are trans, and not all masculine presenting women are trans. Like when people just like, oh, I have stud friends, and they say that they don't feel like a man, blah blah blah, because um the stud is not trans. There's a difference. Like there are some stud women who are just cisgender women, and there are some studly um, trans men who they started off within their transition very studly, and then they was like, I always felt like a man inside, and here I am. So
Well,
it's difference.
they think everything is the same. I'm like, women not the same. So why would you think gay people are the same? Like, come on, like how? And then everybody not looking to fuck and suck. Nobody wants to see your stinking nasty looking dick. I don't want to see
That
it.
part.
And then not right now. I can see it later on, but not right now.
Look, I'm a firm believer of like I don't care about dick pic. Surprise a hoe. Surprise a hoe. Like I'm okay with that. I'm okay if it's too small. Like if it's very small, we can see if it works. We can see how it works. If it's big, okay, we can see how it works. Like I don't need to see
Uh,
the picture. The picture is just there. Okay. The picture doesn't have a ruler in it. It doesn't have anything that gives me measurements of anything like that. So I don't know what that is. You can make a pinky look like it's a thumb easily with how close you get on the damn phone. So let's not.
and I've a lot of times you can't even go. A lot of times it be so little, then they get there, it be about the size they own. I'm like, God damn, that wasn't the same dick I saw. But I guess I got the suck. I got to do the old Aunty 1 2 1 2.
Look, look, I'm a firm believer. Like I love that little audio that kept going around. Let somebody else do it. Get somebody else to do it.
It's two people right there. It's two people right there.
Look, that's like, I swear I don't mind finding, putting some friends on if it's something that I know I just cannot do. Oh, you looking for a power bottom? Okay, so here's who. This is who you need to find right over there.
Oh, tell them to call me. Tell them to call me.
I got you. I have a friend, Candace. She got you.
Yeah.
Oh God. So This portion of our conversation is when things got spicy in our intake meeting, and this is also why I had that message at the beginning of the this episode, because this is where we get into the race issues in dating, and that is because you mentioned in our intake meeting that sometimes when it comes to you interacting with other Black people, that sometimes you feel like you have to walk on thin ice.
Yeah.
What is that like, and what were you talking about in that moment?
I can't remember exactly what I was saying, but like because they they feel like you're a because I don't think I'm like a typical Black person because I don't like the typical Black things. I'm a Black, but I don't like typical Black. I'm not. I could say unless I'm not a hood Black person.
Mm,
So like I'm an open minded person. So you know just because you don't watch all the Love and Hip Hops or the Powers or the this or the Dad or I Want Every Jordan or like it's more to Blackness than that.
mm, agreed.
It's more it's a lot of issues that affect that we barely even discuss in life. But
Hmm.
that it seems like Black people stuck on like what they see are the aesthetic instead of like what's gonna push us farther or
Mm,
keep us ahead of the curve.
hmm. I agree.
Because we're ahead of the curve now. We're ahead of the curve. We might not look it, or we not might not feel like we're ahead of the curve, but we're ahead of the curve. Black people always been ahead of the curve.
That part. Because look, just before we get back into this, just my little tangent. Because look, we all was saying this motherfucker's racist. Oh, y'all gonna vote for this mother? Oh, y'all gonna put that motherfucker? Oh, okay, bet. Y'all see,
Yeah.
pandemic hit. Oh, y'all suffering? Y'all stressed? Oh, I've been making a penny last for a long time, for a while.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome. Oh, you need assistance? I can help you.
See.
We know how to do something. It's that magic.
Yep.
But anyways, back to this. I agree with you there. Like I know with my interactions with many other Black people, I've often had to be like, we don't have to be like this. We don't have to
Yeah.
always be about the sex and stuff like that. We are intelligent people. We can have conversations. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we may be on different levels of education, but we can still have educated conversations because we go through a lot. We know a lot. Like we can still talk about lives and lived experiences, and we don't have to just fit this one narrative of what Blackness has to be. Hmm.
I want to intersect like just this week, everybody's saying rest in peace to Jerry Springer, but not to Harry Belafonte. What was that about? Like, huh?
That part.
Huh? What did Jerry Springer do for us?
That
But make
part.
us pounds?
That part. Like, and Harry did so much. Harry did so
He
fucking much. This man was a singer. This man was an actor. This man was an activist. This man was an activist first on all levels.
all of it.
Like this man done so much for Black people. And yeah, Jerry Springer had Black people on his show. Yeah, he supported Black people in whatever way that looked like for him. But he made so much money off the exploitation of poor white people and Black people overall. Hmm?
Ain't wasn't he Jewish
Yeah,
or something?
he's Jewish.
It figures.
Like he made a lot of money off of the exploitation of Black people. And I will say he had some tough topics too. Hmm?
Still going to the day he died with the judge. How you become a judge? Really?
You know, that's the thing that really gets me in this damn country. Steve Harvey is a judge. How? Jerry Springer, like I said, was a judge. How? If anybody can be a fucking judge, like you just have to have a name and you become a judge. What the
Yeah.
hell? What happened to the law degrees?
What's not gonna be a judge? Watch. T.S. Madison. She gonna be a judge next. Watch.
I
Watch
mean,
what I.
like, why? Look, her and Candace Owens. I see it. Loki, I would love to watch her show.
My uncle, when he called to check on me, and he was like, he was asking me because he's like, so I'm gonna respect you. What's your name? I told him my name. He's like, you didn't take your name after Candace Owens. I'm like, what?
What? Who, child?
What
No.
the hell?
How dare you? The disrespect in that question.
I thought he said that he started laughing.
That's that moment. But do you not know me?
But I hadn't talked to him in a long time.
Mm. Oh my God. Well, something else that we did talk about was, well, related to that is what is like hooking up with like DL people. And I know that can be a toss up. You can have someone that's like genuine and cool to chill with and everything like that and very respectful, or you can just have an asshole. And most definitely that fetishization within queer spaces of the hood nigga. Like, oh, I need
Yeah,
me a hood boy. It's outside of queer spaces too, but I'm specifically talking about queerness right now. It's very like it's annoying as fuck.
yeah. But I've been having good experiences with the DL as of lately. Cause like I guess DL isn't DL like people perceive it nowadays. DL means I don't want my business in the street as far as like versus you put my business in the street. That's the DL. Like you have a and then the I just go into a lot of things in my mind. The DL people that wants to be like, oh, you can't. They don't have no type of reputation. You just a hood nigga on the street. You
Thank
just a hood
you.
on the street. You have nothing to lose. Why would I what's the point?
Exactly. Why would I? You're
Me
not
and
a
my
reward.
say when we say this, they say they hate this. When we say, so who are you? They get so mad when we say that. Like, who are you? Like all of this, you somebody famous? Who are you? Like really?
Exactly.
But
Like,
yeah, really, because like you get more meaningful conversations, and it's the interaction is the better interaction than very versus like just a wham bam, thank you, ma'am,
mhm.
and leave the money dresser type.
I will have to agree on that. I've had some great conversations with some DL dudes, and those I'm more open to hooking up with and just chilling with and stuff like that. But I've also come across the ones who over exaggerate how popular they are or how many people know them. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, you might have been popular in high school, maybe college, maybe middle school, whatever level of your life that was, maybe even at your job. But at the
Uh,
end of the day, I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't
at,
like,
at the car wash, you
huh?
said they at their job, the car wash.
Right. Real
Okay.
popular over there. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, it's not that deep. People are not really focusing on you as much as you think. Like, unless you are a big named person in whatever city you're in, people don't like if I see you
And
and I don't know
still,
you.
you a big name, they still gonna check for you if they hear you gay or not, because they don't want you for your sex. They want you for your coin. Let's keep it all the way above. They want
Right.
you for coin. The city girls out here, they want you for your coin. They don't want you for your dick. Let's just keep it.
Exactly. And that's it. Like you can, as many celebrities that we hear about rumors of possibly being gay or possibly being on DL, and they're still getting employed. They're still getting jobs. So whatever, even when it comes out, they're still getting jobs. They're still getting like it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, nobody's really giving a damn about what the fuck you're doing. The it all results in, will I get my check when I put you on tour? Will I get my check whenever I invest in you? As well as making sure you protect your money from these motherfuckers who's ready to take that money from you. And that's
Yeah,
it. Nobody outside of that, whoever the fuck you're fucking, nobody cares. Nobody
yeah.
really it's something that you can write a blog post about, get more views on your website so you can just
They,
talk about this shit and that's it.
these they ain't even on that level. So like,
Exactly.
you still in the street selling your little baggies.
Like what's going to happen? Like there was somebody who was talking about, oh, I don't want anybody to post me on Facebook, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, if somebody posts you on Facebook, I get the disrespect there, but the business is out there. Does your life change? because people seen the videos, people seen whatever the hell it is. They may have talked about you. You may have been embarrassed about that. Do your life significantly change now that people have seen the video? Absolutely
No,
not.
your stock go up because everybody wanted to see what it looked like in real life.
Look, if people over here watching it and they try like, oh my, I didn't think that. Look, make a coin off of it. Since y'all want to see that, I got my OnlyFans coming up. Y'all gonna subscribe? What up? What up?
Yeah,
Y'all already in my business. Let's see what this y'all can see what this dick does on a regular basis. If you trying to
yeah.
feel it for yourself, here's my rates. Look, you better flip a coin. Flip a motherfucking coin off of somebody trying to put your business out. That's how you do it. But maybe someday. Like I'm all for keeping your business to yourself. I think that's just a basic rule of respect of other people's privacy. That's
Yeah.
cool, but don't overinflate your importance to other people. Like,
So, so what? So is what would you consider DL and just discreet? I say I see myself settling down with a discreet person.
mhm.
I see a negative connotation with DL versus discreet.
I would say you're on the same boat with that one. Like for me, I rather someone who's like discreet in terms of our business is our business. Um, of course, like whatever we do talk about in public, it is something that we mutually are comfortable with talking about. It is what it is. But for me, DL, like down low people, they're not on these apps. These are the motherfuckers that you just come across randomly, and if they are on the apps, you won't have a response from them. They're only there to like, okay, this is who's out there. Maybe let me go to this certain place and maneuver and get to know this one person, and then we can engage that way. They're not living on these apps to find people to hook up with. They're just like, they cute. I want to see them out in the open or somewhere. I've seen them this place. I've seen them that place. What's up? What's good? That kind of thing. They build up that relationship, that build up that friendship, and now you that I guess that little sexy porn scene where your friend starts like, hey, you want to smoke or something like that, and then they start sucking dicks. That kind of thing.
Or yeah. I
Like it's I will say it's kind of manipulative, but it's kind of like a gradual. We're going into this space so that we can fuck each other.
God, he said he wanted to come over. I didn't understand. He said and kiss dicks. I like kiss dicks. How you kiss dicks?
What?
I I gave him what he wanted to bump. I guess bump rub dicks together.
Oh my God. Can our dicks kiss?
I, he's like, how I'm gonna kiss his dick and he gonna kiss my dick? I know it's 69, but he said kiss dicks. I was like, kiss dicks? What you mean? He
See,
said, this is my first time. I never really. But you know, like, out of all things, you just say kiss dicks, kiss dicks. Really, I didn't know how dicks had mouths.
apparently. Let my dick talk to you right quick. What's up? I'm done. Poor little Tink Tink. But yeah, I think like for me, that is what I think about when I think of someone who's DL. But I also feel like DL also is those people who are just uncomfortable with being themselves, who happen to be in relationships with women. And I do want to add, DL does not mean um, somebody being on DL does not automatically mean that they're bisexual, and just because somebody's bisexual does not mean that they're on the DL. Because a lot of people have that misconception that, oh, my partner's bisexual, that means they've been on the DL and doing this other stuff. Most of the time, if a man lets you know, because I'm specifically speaking about men, if a man lets you know he's on the DL, is not he's like if a bi man tells you that he's bi, he is not on the DL because he's secure in his sexuality and he's letting you know that because that's just a part of who he is. Doesn't mean that he's out here sleeping around on you with other men or other women. It's just that's a part of who they are. But some people don't see that. They automatically think, oh, he must be bi or something. No, he's just gay, and we live in a fucked up society where a gay man cannot be himself. Therefore, he gets into a relationship with a woman in order for him to survive.
And
So
I know self. I sit in a house looking at the wife pictures, and I'm like, why aren't you with a woman and got kids, but you want me to run my dick in your butt? Like,
right,
really?
right. It's interesting. It's interesting. Love yourselves, people. Love yourselves. Um, our last thing before we close out the conversation is these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers out here who forever lie unprovoked. You ask them what's the sky looking like today, they say it's green. How, fam? What's going on? Are we under a nuclear catastrophe or some shit? Is this motherfucking pollution out of control? How's the fucking? I looked outside. It looks a little bit blue. It looks a little bit white, but green, motherfucker. These
You
people.
see them trees out there? That's what making the sky look green.
You right. You right. Like, what? So yeah, let's talk about these motherfuckers who just lie unprovoked. How do you feel about them?
I mean, I, I don't. I mean, it's getting worse. I don't know if it was COVID or what. It's just getting so bad, just bad for no reason. It's not hard to be honest. Like, say if we was gonna meet up, just let me know. Hey, I can't meet today. Instead, oh, my grandma, she broke her neck. Now we at the hospital. They say, I swear, and they say stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm supposed to say, okay, oh yeah, that's cool. But you ain't had a decent even call me back or let me know, like, well, I can't come or we can't hang out or whatever. What's wrong with that? Instead of lying, the grandiose lies at that, the
That part.
crazy far fetched lie.
Like,
Not I ate my homework.
like, but the thing that really gets me most definitely those people who's just like, oh yeah, I want to pull up and everything and say that they're on their way, and then it's like an hour and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like me, I usually just watch TV because I just stopped trusting motherfuckers these days. So as the time goes past, I'm like, oh shit, I was actually supposed to be meeting up somebody. Did they show up or what? Get back on the app. I haven't gotten one message about anything. They're not saying that they're running late, nothing. I'm like, why even say you that you was about to pull up? If you found somebody else, you could communicate that. We're adults. I'm not I'm not going to be upset about you having somebody else that you like decided to hook up with because why should I care? Just the
I
communication side is all that matters.
just made to think about the Tony Braxton song.
Like it's just people are on this lying shit and it just does not make any sense. Like what do you get from it? Like at the end of the day, what does this lie do for you? Absolutely nothing. Like just be honest and upfront with people.
I don't even know what it's about. Maybe it's fear. You think it's that fearful of how your reaction?
Maybe that might be something.
Well, just communicate up front and be like, hey,
Like there's been some people who will say that they're interested and they want to meet up and I'll be like, okay, cool. Are you okay with like most definitely some of the DL people can you send a face pic or whatever? Then they go ghost and then I think it might be fear because like I've noticed whenever I just like end a conversation to let them know I'm moving forward with other people and just like, okay, well, just enjoy your night, take care, whatever, because I've been waiting about 30 minutes for a response and nothing comes in. So I'm going to other options, that's when you get the messages like, oh no, 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 this was going was it that? Like a simple yes or no. Like if you could respond immediately now, why couldn't you respond immediately when we were just having an ongoing conversation? Like what's the thing that changed? Like I remember the time when we would like when people got the ability to text like crazy. and you'll be sending text messages to your friend or whatever, and you send them that BRB because they know that I'm about to go to the bathroom, I'm about to go cook something, I'm about to do something. So I'm letting you know this is why I'm not getting a response from you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't expect that these days, but at least if you know that you're going to be away or if you've been away, you can come back and just be like, hey, my bad, this is what's going on. Or just communicate, hey, I'm no longer interested, or I no longer want to go this route. I found somebody else. Like, it takes nothing to actually communicate um, your side of the spectrum with somebody because again I don't live your life. I don't know what the fuck is going on the other side of this phone, so it's helpful to fill that gap in for the other person who's waiting for a response. Of course, not saying that I'm entitled to a response or anything like that, but it's at least common
Yeah, you
courtesy.
are. If we having a conversation, yes, I'm entitled to a response.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
That's fair. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm like, what's up here? Like,
Like I was fantastic. If you didn't want me, then don't talk to me. Go upstairs and free yourself.
that that like it's just so annoying. Like, there was somebody who we met up before, and they were like, well, this is what happened last time we met up and blah 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 blah. I was like, you must be thinking about somebody else because one, none of this ever happened. Like, you're adding shit to this situation of my lived experiences that never like, there was somebody who was like, oh yeah, there was somebody who was all at your door and all of this. I was like, who was at my door? I live by myself. Like, wait, what? My family doesn't even come over here often. So what's going on here? Like, what are you talking about?
Probably hating this man at that.
Right.
Probably by the door. I don't know what do that so much.
Like, what are we doing? Like, just say that you forgot or that you just don't want to come back again. It's no issue. It's none at all. Like, trust me. there's there's 11 billion people on this planet. You can find somebody. I could find somebody. It's options out here. So, like, we don't have to be these people that lie about nothing.
Yes. Yes,
Like,
yes.
whew, Lordy. Well, I think that will be the episode. You ready to get into some Never Have I Ever?
Yes.
All righty, let me get my little book out and see what we have today. All right, so never have I ever been caught masturbating.
Why do you give me the stuff that happens multiple times?
Not multiple, Lord.
You made a mess if you had some in your mouth.
Oh my God. I think,
Especially when I was a child. You know, like when you have those hormones, you got to stop, drop, and roll right when the urge.
look,
You just got to stop.
and it's funny, the would you rather has to do with masturbation too. But let me go. Like, I've been caught masturbating, but the times I was caught was when I was younger. Like,
Uh,
as an adult, not as often. But I mostly just keep to myself anyways. Now I can't say caught, but my good buildup of masturbation has been interrupted so many fucking times because motherfuckers have been calling my phone, and I'm like, bitch, what the fuck do you want? Like,
you
it,
could have edged right there. You could have edged. Do you know how to edge?
I do. It's just the way my dick works out. She's just like,
Oh,
no, it's going to come out.
you want the same way. But if you hold it hard enough, it'll stop it. You have to
Hmm.
hold it hard, 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 hard. It kind of hurts though. I wouldn't try older. I did it when I was younger, but
Hmm.
not with now. I probably messed it up.
like I know, like, there's been times like it's just once the call happens, because the way my body works, if I don't get to a certain peak, because like I'm the type of person that can actually come multiple times, right? So the first one is always a fluke. The second one is kind of like, okay, you did it. You cute, you cute. Can you get me to four? So yeah, it takes all the way up to 4 or 5 for me to like have like a full on.
And what span? How long? What span?
It's about 3 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, like after
Give
the
me
first one, it's
give
he said it takes about 3 minutes. Like
me a
that.
good 3 minutes.
Like my first nut, it will be less than 30 seconds. I'll be real on that one. It's just like I said, it just goes. The second one can be around 2, 3 minutes. And then the third, because that around that time I need a little bit like a 5 minute recharge. And then that's
Mhm.
when it just builds and builds and builds. And whenever I have my full on full body and I like gone above where I thought I would be, because I'm very, very into like overload, like pleasure overload. So when I get to that point,
What's that
that's
like?
when, huh?
What's that like? Pleasure overload.
Whew, so that's when like this is why I really need like other people to be like a part of my masturbation sessions, because like if I could have somebody who's like rubbing on my feet while I'm also masturbating, playing with my nipples and everything like that, and it's just so much shit that's going
Everything on
on,
you,
huh?
everything on you is sensitive. Everything. Your
Yes.
feet, granted, your
Yes.
feet.
When I tell you the most softest of touches during the sexual act, I'm just like, oh my God. Like if I'm not having like I hate it like when I'm driving and somebody tries to like play with my dick or something like that.
Uh,
It gets like the thigh rub itself
uh,
just has me like, oh my God, like don't
uh.
touch me. Don't touch me.
I'm the opposite. You got to, bitch, go to sleep.
Oh my
Bitch, go to
God.
sleep.
Choke me out.
Yeah, you gotta do all that to me.
Look, like if I have that, oh my God. But it because I can't do a lot of that to myself at once, like just by myself. I that's why I have to like masturbate all the way up until like 4 or 5, because that's when it comes to a peak of can he actually handle more?
Mm-hmm.
And there's been times where I will have a full body, like shaking and everything, and I didn't even come. I
Uh-huh.
nothing, anything like that. It's just I've reached that peak. But because I'm like, oh no, we're going to get this last nut out too. So now I'm going above that peak to get that one out. So yeah, mm, it takes about 3 hours.
So it's a whole continuous 3 hours.
For for the most part, yeah.
Damn, you got 3 hours to do all of that.
I usually don't. That's why I be up late. If like, well, if my best friend hears this message, she will understand why I be up at like
Uh,
2, 3 a.m. in the morning sending her random TikToks
uh,
because after I because so my Twitter porn and my TikTok are all on the same. It's on my work phone, my
uh.
business phone. So because that's where my Zatum stuff is at. So after I'm off of my freak Twitter, I'm like, okay, let me get something in me because I'm a dirty whore at this point. I need to like cleanse my body. So I go to TikTok to watch a few little things, get sleepy, and then go to bed.
I don't get into the Twitter because the segments are so small. I mean, not small, so short.
Oh, girl, you need
Like
to
I
find the
need a
right
full on.
ones. Like you have to find the right ones. You have to find the ones that's like at least 1 minute or a minute and a half. Because those they have like different little clips of their experience with that person.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just build up your own little collection. Like I retweet a lot for mine, that I find very like intriguing, or I'll go through other people's likes or their retweets to a certain profile that they follow
I'm a
and find
baby
stuff.
Twitter. Baby, I don't really. I'm trying to get into Twitter, so I
Mhm.
don't. I have what, one follower.
Oh,
Y'all don't judge me.
we are. Auntie, do better.
I don't be on there. I
It's
don't know how to. I don't know how to how to
yeah.
how to get it popping. I don't know. I don't know.
It's Twitter is trash now. I will say that. It's only good for the porn at this point.
Mm.
And yeah, like are you good on TikTok?
I'm not even on TikTok.
You transition to TikTok. It's a better experience. Like you could find content that you love, funny stuff, great music. I could send you some clips from like some of the things I like on TikTok. Um, Twitter is great if you just need to let off some steam and rage out against people that you don't like, because that's what most people use it for anyways.
Oh.
It doesn't have that uplift like it used to, or even that accountability that Black Twitter made popular on the platform.
Mhm.
Now it's just a lot of people who are just raging out and just upset with themselves, are just feeding into narcissism. It's not a safe space, but it has great porn.
Oh.
So that's the win. Um, so would you rather never be able to masturbate again or never be able to eat solid foods again?
What? Never to eat
What?
solid foods. No. Wait. Never meant to masturbate. That's what I meant to say. I need to eat. I needs to eat now.
Look, I'm like,
I can
what?
get somebody. No, yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. I was picking. Yeah, I want to eat, but I don't want. I don't have to masturbate. That's what I meant to say.
Like, I'm with you there.
What
Like, what
feed me
kind of
through
question?
what they was gonna feed me through a tube or something?
Right? Like, I'm sorry. I enjoy salmon, or salmon, whichever one you want to go on. I like both of them. I love me some fish. I love me some shrimp. I love me some crab legs. I love me some steak. I love me some chicken. I love me some solid foods. I love me some
Yeah,
broccoli, carrots, cabbage, collard greens, yams. I was about to say spam, but that's a lie. Me some peas, lima beans, rice, gravy, mac and cheese, bitch. I'm here for the South. Like, I don't need to masturbate. Mm-mm.
yeah,
Get somebody else to do it
yeah.
for me.
It's, it's two people over there.
Look, cause give us all the food. For those,
That ain't even that don't mix together. They
right?
should have put it in the next question.
I agree. For those who cannot eat solid food, I'm sorry. Very,
Oh
very insensitive of me, but I'm just telling you the truth of how it is for myself. But I love me a good smoothie though.
yeah,
I can fuck with that, but I need my solids.
because my friend this morning she said I'm making sausage and egg smoothie. I'm like, what?
Mm-mm.
What she said? My sausage and egg breakfast smoothie. I'm like, how that? What that's? No, she said I did. She would have to break it down. She said I'm making sausage and eggs and a breakfast smoothie. I said,
Oh,
oh, I
okay.
was like, oh, how the hell? What? How that makes that don't make no sense. How you
Mm-mm.
gonna get the sausage, the egg, and then suck it in the straw?
Like, ooh. Mm. Just if someone approach me with some shit like that, I'm like, I don't need that. Go open the refrigerator, get whatever fruits and vegetables you can find, put that in the smoothie and give that shit to me.
Okay,
We're not doing that.
okay.
This is
Get somebody else to do it.
that part. So here is the sex question. Have you ever experimented with BDSM? And this can be bondage, role play, spanking, and all the other things.
Yes, I've tied somebody up.
Ooh,
I turned into like a demon
yeah.
because I see how people like get into it because it made me feel so powerful.
Mm.
Once I tied him up and he was like shaking, scared. And I was like, I just like, come on, doing all this, snatching across the bed, all kind of stuff. And this wasn't no little guy. You have to get somebody that's willing to do it because then it just took me to a whole nother level.
I'm in my spirit in this moment
Oh,
because yes.
you in got into that before?
Look, I had a whole role play scene. I think I talked about it on the podcast before. So if y'all heard it already, Here's a repeat. So there was this guy who was visiting the area for about a week or so. And I think I hit him up, and he was like, he wants to do a role play. And I was like, okay, well, you found the right person because one, I'm all about the consent. So I'm like, at least he knows that this person that he's engaging with is going to respect him. So we had that conversation, and he was like, oh, yeah, this is, I don't know how I want to participate in this role play, but I do want there to be, I want to get tied up, I want to get spanked, and I want you to use my body. I was like, oh, okay, I can do this for you. And then somehow within this, someone else became in the mix. And of course, we communicated that the third person communicated with him. And now it's three people in this role play. I got me a backup and all this other stuff. So this role play turned into a scene where I was a disgruntled employee who got fired, who found the big boss, tied him up, and was torturing him at my apartment with my friend who also worked at the same place. And we're trying to get our money and steal all the money from his bank account. And that shit was amazing.
Were they black?
Yes. Huh?
Mine was white, but I think I took it too far because
What you
he
mean?
was like quivering and like because I was kicking him and hitting him in the nuts and stuff.
Did y'all have a safe word?
No,
Oh my God. You may have taken it too far. Was he comfortable after everything ended?
he got his clothes on and got the hell up out of there.
Damn. That man left traumatized.
Why he should ask for hell?
Oh God. Look, well, this is why it's important to communicate, people. If you don't communicate what you want during your scene, you're gonna get your ass beat and your nuts kicked in.
You won't have no more kids, baby.
But yeah, see, like when it comes to those kind of things, you really do have to communicate. Like I was shocked though because did not expect that I will find another person like on the apps who were like who's black and in this area who might be interested in stuff like that. And I was like, wow, look at that.
How long
And
ago had that been?
this was back in, I know this was last year. I think it was last November. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it was last November because the second person that was there, they moved back to Augusta in October. So yeah, this had to have been.
How long was the session? I know I asked random questions,
Oh, you
but
good? You good? It was about 2 hours.
oh, okay.
2 hours of great torture. Oh my God.
The- so was there any pleasure in it?
I would say for all parties, I got my ass ate a good bit because that was part of what he wanted to do. There was no fucking, unfortunately, even though that was something I wanted to do. But I was like, it's his scene, so if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Um, the other person, actually, whatever. There was a little bit of fucking, just not with him.
Oh.
So like, we tied him up. That happened. The safety word was a phrase just to understand exactly where he was at. I will ask him what's his bank account information, and he'll give me a color to let me know exactly where he's at. Red, green, or yellow. Red being it's time to stop. Yellow means I'm a little bit uncomfortable. We need to ease ourselves into something. Green is like full on go. I'm great. Continue doing whatever the fuck you're doing.
Did
So
he
that
ever
was
say
fun.
red? Did he ever
Mm-mm.
say red? Oh,
No reds, but he did have a yellow. But that was what was it? It wasn't when he was tied up. It was when he was turned on his stomach, and he didn't know if anybody was going to like play all up in his asshole or whatever. Even though we talked about it before we started, he said he may be open to it, but it just depends. So he was a yellow at that part, and then it went to a green. But yeah, it was a lot of. fun for everybody. Like, I'm a firm believer in aftercare, so I asked him what his experience was like. Was he fully comfortable throughout the entire thing? And he was like, "Yeah, I would love to do this again." Blah 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 blah. We haven't done it again. Motherfucker lives in Charlotte or Charleston, one of those. Um, and then with the other person, talked with him about his experience with everything, make sure he was good, and it was good. It was good.
Mm.
Yeah. So workshop coming near y'all real soon of
Hey,
how to put on a role play. But yeah. So with that being said, do you have any other things that you would like to leave with the audience before I close everything out?
um, what would I say this time? Just live your lives, everybody. Open yourselves up to new experiences. Smile, compliment people. Try to make new friends.
And get into some role play.
Yeah, yeah.
With that said, thank you so much, Candace, for being on the podcast. I greatly appreciate you. To the audience out there, thank y'all so much for listening to the Holy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. Just in case no one else told you this today, you are beautiful, you are worthy of happiness and joy, you are enough and then some. You may not live up to the expectations of others, but that is okay. You are only required to walk in your own shoes. May each day you live lead you towards abundance. With that said, love you all, and I'll see you next episode. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Holiloquy podcast, where we step out and speak on sexuality. You can subscribe to the podcast through your favorite podcasting app and find us on the web at www.holiloquy.com. That's www.heauxliloquy.com. Share the podcast with your friends and join the conversation.